Oh my god, I still have my own reservations about it, but anywho, I hope it's not too bright for you guys. It may autofocus on you real quick every now and again, but it's not my fault, it's autofocus. But anyways, what's up everybody? It's the CoverBoi Chronicles, and it's the BET or BET Honors review. And I'm just doing this because, of course, it's award season. Of course, you can't leave out the BET Honors. Of course, they honor so much people. After all, it's extraordinary. And so, later on throughout the show, we'll see what extraordinary was, and that is exactly why they had Wayne Brady hosted after, the several times that Gabrielle Union hosted. And if you guys have been watching Being Mary Jane, you kind of see how you remember in the Two Broke Girls skit, they had last year's host come to the diner and have a dinner with them and be like, you know what, here, why don't I just pass the torch to you to do the show? So I kind of felt that same way. It was kind of a twist. It was when Wayne Brady was on Being Mary Jane, and he was a married guy who had been divorced and blah, blah, blah. And so I felt like it was kind of cool and kind of did the little twist to it just a little bit. And I was very pleased with the way he opened his show, and I guess he is a little bit sexier than, Boris Kojo or whatnot. I guess that works for him, but he kind of was giving me a whose line is it anyway? Those were the days when I used to watch him on Whose Line Is It Anyway. He was funny as hell. I love you some Wayne Brady. But they were honoring extraordinary black people. So they started out with the Corporate Citizens Award, and it was Ken oh goodness, I wasn't paying attention when they said the name. But he gave a great speech. He's the head COO of American Express, and baby, everybody uses American Express. If you did not know, where have you been unless you've been living underneath a rock for, I don't know, how many years? Check that. But congratulations. Continue keeping our communities what it is, because American Express has done a lot of things, as from what I've seen, and clearly, as you can see from a day-to-day basis and looking at where it's been since he stepped on, and it's kind of like a miracle almost, if you think about it. Just saying. Anywho, moving on. Then the next award was handed out, the Entertainment Award, and it was given to Ice Cube. And he gave a good speech. Everybody said it was almost very tearful, and because I had watched a lot of the reviews when everybody had Wayne Brady had went to The View. I watched it when he went on the Live with Kelly and Michael. I don't think he was on Ellen. I believe he was on Good Morning America. I be watching my shows to keep up with people. He was on the Wendy Williams show, and I don't know if he was on. I don't think he was on Chelsea Lately or any of the other correspondents or whatnot. But he promoted he did some promotion, and I'm sure that the views will show later on. Throughout the whatnot. After all, I did just post this right after the awards. Little old me. Anywho, Visionary Award goes to Berry Gordy without saying. When I heard him start speaking all he had to say for me was, I'm Berry Gordy, or he didn't even have to say that. He said, all he had to say was, I created Motown. That's it. Because, like, Motown, to me, a child who didn't really grow up in that era, but a child who has generations after that, generation that started it, you know, I feel a certain way about it, and it's just like, it's so awesome. Like, you know, that was just like right up the ways, you know, for me. And it's just like, wow, that's kind of crazy what this one man could do for his village, and his story is groundbreaking and an amazing story, and I truly loved his funny speech. And I'm going to talk about the performances after I talk about the awards, so if you guys didn't catch up. So the visual award goes to, went to Carrie Marie Weems, and she gave a funny speech as well. But her pictures were actually very nice, and her point was very well valid. You know, if you think about an art picture, it's got a lot of depth to it, but there's not as much great depth as there is when you have a picture with somebody. That's why I enjoy modeling. I enjoy, you know, being in front of the camera and looking at art, and I wouldn't be a photographer, but I would definitely be his muse. So, or his or her muse. I would definitely love to be that. So I applaud her in her groundbreaking movement towards photography, and keep it going, sister, is really all I would have to say about her. Now, the the music award went to Aretha Franklin. Now, that goes without saying, because Aretha Franklin herself, like, as Reverend Al Sharpton said, like, that's celebrity's favorite singer. Like, you hear, that's celebrity's favorite singer. Like, you hear some of the greatest women of all time say that, and one of the greatest ones said it the best. It was Chaka Khan. She was like, I'm not the queen. People try and hand me that title. I'm just the lady in waiting. Like, I live for that. Like, if you really think about that, think of all the beautiful black women that are just wonderful, and we will all consider queens in their own right. Like Dionne Warwick and Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, like Diana Ross, the people of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? All of the, Anita Baker, you can't leave her out. You know, think of all these beautiful ladies in a room with the women nowadays, like Beyonce and Mariah Carey, Leona Lewis, Jennifer Hudson. The list goes on. These new ladies in waiting, and the ladies who paved the way and put their footprint on a lot of people. When you say the name Aretha Franklin, this woman is just, oh my God. Like, I'm gonna talk about her performance in a second, but I'm gonna go ahead and go into the performances at hand. Now, Tamar Braxton kind of started off the performances. No, there is no kind of. She was the first performance, other than Wayne Brady's "Whose Line Is It Anyway" performance. Now, I felt, you guys know I give everybody their grades and whatnot. She was definitely a guest. She was snatched for the gods, as she would say, and of course she was 10. She was definitely a 10. The whole nines. The dress was a whole 10, and I love the little Mr. Gordy. Me and my sisters used to argue about who would play your muse, Diana Ross, but today she wins. So today, I'm going to say you ruled, girl. You better play Miss Diana Ross. So, moving on, it went into the next performance, which was my electrifying lady, Miss Janelle Monáe, of course. And she was just, all I got to say is electrify. Like, oh girl, power up, power up, power up. Keep doing what you're doing, electric lady, because you are lighting a sickening, shocking fire, honey, and it's so grand for you. That's all I would have to say about her. And of course, she was 10. Now, it got to a really tearful part, like hashtag blessed to hear Smokey Norfolk do this tearful performance for Berry Gordy, and he got his 10s, of course. And he's still, like, no matter what time brings him, he still got it. Like, Smokey has not stopped, and oh my gosh, I just have the softest spot for me some Smokey Robinson. Like, that man. But yes, moving back on, Mariah Carey. I just want to say something before I go ahead and go into my spiel about what I feel about Miss Mariah Carey, Mimi. I loved her performance. What the hell was going on with the earpiece? Like, homegirl really knew something was going on, and I was trying to figure it out too. I'm just like, you know, either the band's not catching, but as it got older, she hit them high notes to kind of cover up. And I was like, yes, I feel her. But it's just like, it comes like to a point where Mariah Carey is known for her high notes. Like, doesn't it come to a point where, like, if she walks, like, if I walked up to her and be like, Mariah Carey, I just love you. So, like, does it get irritating when people ask you, like, all the time to hit a high note? Like, isn't there a time where you would just want to just not do a high note? Like, don't get me wrong, I love her high notes. Now, I'm one of those people that want her to do a high note all the time, which makes me want to ask her, you know, doesn't it get to a point where you, like, ugh, I don't really want to do one anymore. But then that'll give her the title of, oh, she's acting like a diva and da-da-da-da-da-da. And Lord knows that Mariah does not have time for that, because the girls will be the girls. But anywho, we were talking about Mariah. I said I loved her. I loved her outfit. No matter what the girls say, I'm going to let you guys know a full description of what I feel about that in the Fashion Police review. Yes. It was a 10 for her. Then moving on to Miss Karen Clark. I lived for her. She took us right to church, which is why I gave her 100. And I said, yes, ma'am. You better sing Aretha Franklin song in her name, and then turn around and make us all go to church in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. And then Aretha Franklin's son got on stage. He got some nice bars. His daughter got on stage, her granddaughter. That was a very nice emotional moment. I'm sure it was a great one for her. She has a very soft voice, and I think she was giving me geisha eyes. Like, if you give her a fan and put it in front of her face, I guarantee you she would give you geisha. Then Jennifer Hudson came on and gave a great performance, and it was just numerous of Aretha's great songs and whatnot, and a lot of people was living for it. I know me personally, I was living for it. So, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles for that instance. But Jennifer Hudson, her look, her little pants jumpsuit, I want to start getting into those. So if you guys see me in them, don't get mad. Get glad, honey. Anywho, Her performance was a 10. Then Aretha Franklin graced everybody with their presence because Homegirl is a legend. Her speech was legendary. Her performance is always legendary. She is just a legendary woman. Therefore, I gave her 100. Like, she was 110,000, whatever. She's a diva. She is the originator, she is the inventor, whatever Little Richard says, she is exactly what he says that he is, but she's 10 times. And it's just the sickeningest thing to see a woman of her caliber still performing and saying, baby, I am not taking my bow, and that'll be bye-bye for me. No, 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 not for this diva. I'm in this to win it and keep going. And kudos to you. Now, they gave this wonderful speech about Mandela, and I would gladly, definitely raise my fist and say I am, oh my goodness, rest in peace to Mandela, that man, the person who raised his voice and said, and went to jail for raising his voice. And for his fellow man, and just said, hey, I want to better this, I want to better that. Punish a man for wanting to speak up. Damn, that's fucked up, G. Excuse my language. And this is supposed to be extraordinary. And speaking of extraordinary, let me go ahead and throw something out into my bag of tricks here. This is, oh my gosh, fabulous moment. It's a cover lover poll, and my CoverBoi comment meets the eyes. So it's a CoverBoi comment, and it's a cover lover poll. Now, my CoverBoi comment is actually a question. Do you think that this BET Honors this year was extraordinary? Yes or no? And put your comments at the bottom. Now, my that's the cover lover comment and poll. So, yes, that's the question, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Time for it now. The tweeting of the shows. The new cover lovers. My CoverBoi Chronicles, of course. The like page. My Facebook. My Twitter. My Instagram, and be sure to like, comment, and y'all know what to do. Subscribe to the TheSpiritsoulstar, my YouTube channel, and let me know how outrageous this wonderful BET Honors review was, and let me know how bright it was or how bright it was not. Okay, bye, good people.